Hello everyone, I am Sendel. Welcome to Sendel Smart QA Hub. Today we are going to discuss Playwright execution CLI commands. CLI means command line interface. We have different types of CLI commands. We will see all one by one. First one is run all the test, and this is the command npx playwright text. This command used to run all the test methods which is present in all the spec file. Now we go to the VS Code and we will work on this command. See, I have the project called application. Under I have test folders. Inside the test folders, I have two folders. One is test1 folders, test2 folders. I will expand the test1 folder and I have two spec file, example1.spec file. Here inside I have two test method, and example2.spec file I have one test method. So totally three test method is present in the test1 folders. Next I will expand the test2 folders, and inside we have example3.spec.ts file, and inside we have one test method. So all together we have four test method. And now I am going to use this command npx playwright test to run all these test methods. We have four test methods. So now we are going to run all these test methods using npx playwright test. I am going to open the terminal to run the command. So go to terminal, open new terminal. The terminal will consider up to the project folder directory. Here I am going to type npx playwright test, npx playwright test. See, this command got executed all the test method. Next, second command is run specific test file. These are the commands for running the specific test file. Now we will apply this command and run the specific test file. In the project, I have three spec file. Now I want to run the specific spec files. For example, here I want to run test1 folder spec files. Test1 folder is present under the test directories. So here I will call the command npx playwright test. The directory name is testers/test1/star. The star indicates all the spec files under the test1 folder. Now I will run it. It will execute example1.spec file and example2.spec file. Totally we have a three test method, and three test method will be executed. So example1.spec file, two test method got executed, and then example2.spec file, one test method got executed. Now I want to execute a single spec file. So single spec file npx playwright test. You can give start from root directory, or directly you can give the spec file name. For example, here test, you can give test/test1/ and example1.spec.ts, or directly you can give the spec file name after the test. So here example1.spec.ts, and press enter. Only example1.spec file ts file will be executed, which contain two test method. So two test method will be executed. Now third command, run the specific test case by title. The command is npx playwright test -g, then the test case name we can give. For example, here I want to run this test method using test case name. So test case name means the test method title name. So you can copy the test method title name, and then you can type the command npx playwright test -g, then you can give the test method title. The test method title should be present within the single quotes or double quotes. Now I will press enter. The respective test method will be executed. the same title test method is present in any other spec file, that method also will be executed. Fourth comment, run the test in the headed mode. Playwright by default it will execute on the headless mode. So visually the browser will not be open. The first time when you install the Playwright and run the script, it will run on the headless mode. If you want to run the headed mode, in the playwright.config file ts, mention the headless : false. So now it will run the headed mode. Headed mode means physically the browser will open and execute the script. Headless means internally the script will be executed. Visually we cannot see the browser. Headless : false we can write it, or if you don't write it the playwright.config file here, then in the execution command we can mention npx playwright test. For example, here I want to run example1.spec file, example1.spec.ts file. Now this will be executed in headless mode. Internally the script will be executed, visually the browser will not open. So now visually I want to open the browser. In the playwright.config.ts file we have to mention a headless : false, or in the execution command if headed. Now the browser will open visually and the script will be executed. Next comment is run the test in the debug mode. Now we are going to run the script in the debug mode. For that, command is npx playwright test -debug. So I will go to VS Code. Now here if you use npx playwright test -debug mode, which will run all the spec file in the debug mode. Now I don't want to run all the spec file in the debug mode. I want to run particular test method in the debug mode. For example, here I want to run this second test method in the debug mode. I can copy the title of the test method. Then we can use the command npx playwright test -g. Then we can paste the title of the test method, then -debug. Now we are going to debug only this test method. So I will press the enter. So it will launch the browser and a respective spec file you can see it, example1.spec.ts, and here we are going to execute this second method. Now currently the control is in the first statement. Now you can do the resume or step over. So I am going to use step over. So the first step is executed, the application got launched. If I click on the step over, the current steps will be executed. If I click on the resume, the debug mode will be stopped and the remaining steps will be executed. Now I am going to click on the resume, the debug mode will be stopped and the remaining steps got executed. And you see here it is passed. Next comment is we are going to run the test method for specific browser. We can use for Chromium, Firefox, WebKit. I go to the VS Code, go to playwright.config file, and now I have enabled only Chromium. Now you want to execute other browsers, you have to enable other two. From this out of three, for example, here I want to execute example1.spec file using Firefox. npx playwright test, and this all spec file will be executed in all the browsers. For example, here I want to execute only Firefox browser. So here you can mention -project equal then respective browser name Firefox. Now all the test method will be executed using Firefox browser. Same, if you want to run it on the Chromium, you can use -Chromium, and if you want to run it on the WebKit, -WebKit. If you don't want to mention it in the command for particular browser, then you have to enable the particular browsers only. In the playwright.config.ts file, you have to enable the particular browser. Next one, we are going to enable the trace view for capturing the test execution data. And next command is we are going to open the HTML report. For that, npx playwright and show report. We will see the trace view, then we will open the HTML report. So here I am going to enable the trace view by using -trace equal on. Now trace view is enabled for all the test method. So where we can check it? So in the report we can check it using npx playwright and show report. Enter it. You can see here trace view. Actually, this trace view used to record a trace for every test. This helps debugging by capturing the detailed test execution data. We clicked on the first test method trace, and we can see here all calls, logs, error, console, networks, and source code. You can see here every 2 seconds you can see the screenshots. Here you can see all action steps, you can see here. These are the playwright execution CLI command. So we'll see the next topic in the next section. If you found this video useful, please hit the subscribe button and turn on the bell. Thank you.